Yo, are we still rolling? Alright, let's talk. Would you be jealous if the other two were feeling themselves more than you?
No. Jealousy?
No. I don't
I don't think you'd be feeling jealous. I think it would be more of a case of I just want to watch. Like
I call BS.
You
guys are not.
Man,
I want to watch.
inside. He'd be sweating inside. It's hard to be sweating.
Wait.
Train to beat Goku, not Krillin. That's jokes.
I got it.
You gotta love the shirt.
I like this.
This is fun. Right? I watched the whole thing earlier. It's quite interesting. I like it. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, let me share the audio. Actually, I don't think I should. All right, the audio is short, right? You can hear it.
Yes.
Cool.
Mary.
Yo, he's short.
It's always the short ones, mate.
Just an observation.
But the short one's always wide.
Confidence.
Yeah. Absolutely terrified of the situation.
And they're all taller than him. It's mad.
Quick to judge their unconventional relationship.
If you want to hide behind a computer and say negative things about people you don't know, that's on you.
Can this
He loves to
polyfamily
climb out.
convince everyone that the positives outweigh the negatives?
Well, when you guys first got together, I thought you were all crazy, and I thought it would affect the kids.
Damn.
Why did they put the cat in there?
The cat just be like, yo, Salem, what's up?
Their relationship was headed.
When I was younger, I remember at one point telling my mom that I was bisexual, and my mom was like, "No, you're just bi-curious."
16 years and 2 children
No,
later.
I'm bi-furious.
To a Leo's CrossFit gym, and everything began to change.
So I was in a 9-year relationship with my kids' dad. Like I started going to CrossFit, and by going to CrossFit,
Look at how they're just holding. Oof.
Yeah, mine's between thighs.
Love to see it.
Leo and I would chat a lot in the mornings after I would get ready for work, after working out.
Arm circles forward for 5. Kim and I always sparked a friendship at the gym, and it was just kind of one of those relationships that
The
just
gym
kind of
game,
sparked
huh?
the friendship.
The gym game's too strong. I see the rings there. I'm like, haha.
I didn't have a lot of encounters with Mary until I started like hanging out with them at their parties.
For Leo and Mary,
And another girl, and she was feeling that too.
it wasn't easy.
Well, I knew that Leo was like chatting with him, and I was terrified because I just assumed that she was solely going to be attracted to my husband. Her and I had a conversation, and she kind of reassured me that we were going to take a stab at this, all 3 of us.
All 3 of us.
It really helped me feel a lot more comfortable
Just
with her
the 3
and
of us.
the intentions, and
We can make
believe that, like, okay, this could happen.
That's,
All that orange, and you throw it to Joe.
I felt like we were jumping both feet in and gonna try and live and survive and not have like a map of how to do this.
At first, I thought it was different, and now I just take it for granted, like any other relationship.
I don't need that kind of
man said I take it for granted like every other relationship.
Yo, that inside, only
What does that
certain
even
people
mean?
pick up on what you just said.
What does that even mean? He takes it for granted, like
needed joining up.
what?
Let's see, yeah, that made me think a bit, but I get it.
Like he doesn't think about it too much. Just like whatever. It's just
I think he's not phased. He's not phased. But if you read deep into the psychological reason why he said that, boy, therapy.
I'm into getting that 12-foot
His
bell,
marriage is not going
but
smoothly.
they have the argument that we'd probably never actually disperse. We'd just end up in one corner all squished together.
That's exactly
Because
Wow.
we cuddle and feel
mad.
each other and that kind of thing. So
And with 3 people vying for each other's
He's
love,
happy.
They have a bed.
instances of jealousy
That's
between
calm.
them.
we have experienced sexual jealousy, but it's not just sexual jealousy. There's just jealousy in general.
At
Huh.
the beginning, it was kind of a weird thing because it was
Okay.
the jealousy was on my part because they were really
Why?
close, and I didn't know how to
mad.
deal with that. And I
There's nothing wrong with this.
signed up for. I didn't think this was
So bro thought I'm left out. I just want to guys.
I'm not having fun.
No, I'm just fun.
Pause for a
Yeah,
second.
sure.
Before we carry on, we're halfway through. What do you think about that? If you were in this type of situation, I don't know, we ain't judging, but would you be jealous if the other two were feeling themselves more than you?
No. Jealousy?
No. I don't
I don't think you'd be feeling jealous. I think it would be more of a case of I just want to watch. Like
I call BS.
You
guys are not.
Man,
I want to watch.
inside. He'd be sweating inside.
Wait, you calling me up, man? Oh, okay. In the heat of the moment. It's good.
In the heat of the moment. What about me? No. Obviously, I don't think anyone would be outwardly jealous, but I think inside I'll be sweating a little bit too. I'll be thinking they're just about to run away with this. Just about to
I don't think so, bro. You have a wife. You have a wife. That's your wife. Yeah, she's stealing my wife. Is that what you're thinking? She's stealing my wife.
That is a bit wild. And to think, I don't know what that situation was, but imagine like you have the obviously established girlfriend, and then you bring someone else in, and then your girlfriend is now infatuated with this new person more than she is with you, because obviously you have already that established bond and relationship. So now she's thinking, let me just explore this new person a bit more and get to know them a bit better. So obviously, by just that mere fact, she will spend less time with you, and or it would seem like she's more interested in the other person when she's actually just trying to get to know them a bit better, so they can kind of establish how the dynamics is going to work of the relationship.
I think it's like I think, okay, so obviously I don't know if you guys are aware, but like obviously there's the neurochemistry with that as well. You know, when you start a new relationship for the first, I think it's 6 months, there's a chemical released in your brain that's like basically like a hit of meth when you're getting to know a new person or dating a new person. It's basically, that's why they call it that period. What's that period called? Honeymoon period. Yeah, you're under the influence of this drug, so it's just on them wings. Yeah, exactly. The same feeling like when you're eating a good wing after a night out. That same feeling, bro. Yeah. But literally, I feel like that hit that you get is the same hit she's getting when she's getting to know this new person, even though she's already with you. Yeah. So you just have to ride it out, man, and just keep communicating between you. Like, how do you feel? How are you feeling? You just need to keep talking. Because if you're not aware, she'll run away with it otherwise.
It's so
and
tough,
likewise, you'll be blindsided.
Yeah, because this is what happened. He's like, he was in a situation where it was so beautiful for him. Like, he was getting to know, obviously he had his girl.
Yeah.
And now this new girl came in and he was getting to chat with her. So his girl then thought, oh, mad, it's just going to be like, are they getting, like, is she not going to be interested in me as well? And then when she found out, hey, I'm actually interested in you too, then they ran away with it, and then he felt left out. So he felt like, I had her, and I was chasing this new thing, and now I kind of bring them together, and they run away with it. I'm like, no, that's not how man was like, I brought you together. That's what I was thinking.
He's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
That's not how it's
you know what's interesting is that when it comes to polygamous relationships, is existed in the past, and the issue was that the women in the relationship will get jealous of each other rather than the man getting jealous. So in this situation, it's completely different. I mean,
you're right.
You're getting left out of the action, bro.
Yeah, but for me, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want it to myself. But as a guy, I wouldn't feel jealous because I feel like, okay, that's they're a completely different relationship than with me, because I'm the guy and they're female.
So
I won't feel I'm competing.
Yeah.
Just fapping with them.
They have something different. They've got something different. He's fapping in the corner.
Today I just watched the situation unfold before my eyes. Just see how it goes.
I just feel like that dynamic is completely different with the dynamic that I have. I would feel lucky. Is that weird to think? I don't know.
No.
Yeah,
I think
because it would be different.
Yeah. So I
definitely be different.
Yeah. I don't mind hearing that. Imagine.
It will be different. It will fully be different.
No, you have every right to feel that way. That's calm.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he overcame that. This guy overcame it. So because
they have to speak about it. Because I think he spoke about it. That's the thing. Yeah. You let it outside. Like, most people would just keep it to themselves and start communicating them scenarios in their head, and before you know it, you're cheating.
They'll self-sabotage.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
but they seem like they all understand each other as well. Like,
that's what I found. Communication is clear. As you watch it, that's where you realize you're like, okay, this is actually a relationship where everyone is listening to every party. and kind of everyone has an equal kind of footing, because it's not like she's intruding on their relationship. She's fully just in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She's now she's one part of the three.
Yeah, and for the funny thing is, normally and traditionally, this type of relationship is linear. Like only one person is, having the connection, being, from the woman to a man, is separate. But for this type of relationship, which is more modern and progressive, everyone's interacting and in love with each other. So I think it's unique and it's okay. In my mind, it's okay.
Yeah, no, bro, I agree. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is as well? Like when you really think about this, it's because it's also another way that you can kind of end up in a relationship. Because I think we're only sold. We're only sold the monogamy. Like all we have, the only path we kind of have is monogamy, right? If you were given another alternative or option, and your mind was open to it, because remember, you're closed off to this. This is brand new stuff. Like, in the sense that it's coming back. Like society has made it like a society has kind of shut it. Yeah, society has shut it and looked at it as not normal. So it's in that corner. But if you bring it back and you're like, the reasons, like what's the downsides of this, really? Like really look at the downsides. I feel like it's a good alternative.
Okay, if we look at the downside, I feel like people would bring up the fact that you can have the reverse. So one woman and 3 guys or 2 guys.
Now, polyamorous.
Or one woman and 2 guys. But
polyandry. That's what they call it too. So what do you guys think of that?
That's just mad.
I feel like, bro, you're moving mad now.
see, when we switch up the conversation, there's more controversy. It's there's
not more controversy. It's just like if I was like, look, I would more likely find myself in the situation of that guy than in the situation that you just said.
Guys.
I
feel like that requires a mentality as well, which we don't have.
The guy needs to be beta situation.
He also needs to be a bit beta.
What you're saying is the only type of
I'm just throwing it out there like right now. If you're an alpha, you won't let that happen. 2 alphas clashing with one, that won't happen.
It won't exist. It won't be normal. I mean,
that's what
I don't think we're wired to share like that unless you're built that way. You know what I mean?
I'm not built like that.
I'm not built like that. I'm just saying,
built like that. Yeah, I'm not built like
that.
I'm
trying to deep it. Okay, the reason why it was normal for men to have multiple women than the other way around is because
the patriarchy.
Okay, that too. Okay.
There you go.
But obviously it's a serious topic, but let's just laugh.
And if there's a woman with 3 guys, for example, and she had back in the day, if she had a baby, whose is it? Okay, it's the idea that no one would know, but of course nowadays we can figure that out with lab results. But back then it would not have been possible to know. So it was more acceptable for men to have multiple wives because they at least would, hopefully that those kids are all his. Yes, it's the patriarchy, sure, but that's why it made sense to have it that way than the other way.
And biologically speaking as well, it makes sense too. Like, in terms of
have you guys seen examples of that? Have you seen examples on YouTube? I've seen one where one girl had 4 guys, and you saw the guys.
I've seen one with 5. And what was the key trait about the guys? Tell me, because I want to hear.
Beta.
Exactly.
Beta.
That's
wild.
We can explore this again in our next episode.
Wait, all cucks.
Yes. So we're gonna explore polyandry.
I hate saying this, but with 4 dudes, there's not enough holes to go around. I'm so sorry. So one guy is just waiting. You know what I mean?
One gets the maid, the artificial.
I'm just saying, like from an objective standpoint of view, like it just doesn't work logistically.
One of them just gets one of those,
yeah, exactly. The soap.
We'll react to a video of a polyandry example to see how they look. But that's a interesting.
But anyway, guys, let's just go around and just see, is it for you or not? This guy's situation, long term or short term? Why are you taking so long? Why are you taking so long?
No, it's funny because I was trying to deep it.
I was trying to deep this question. I was really trying to deep this.
I was trying to deep it.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Run. It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap because what you say now will come back to bite you.
I can jump in real quick. The only way I would sort of allow that in my situation, if the other person wants it, the
short
female,
term or long term?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I'll be open to it. Yeah, if that's what they want, I'm not that eager for that. So I wouldn't mind.
So you would allow for that?
Tell me, but in an election,
obviously, would you also dip in?
Yes, because then that's my
wait, huh?
Polygamous, not polyandry, bro. Hopefully,
no, obviously, yeah. The guy's situation.
The guy we
my guy would be like, I didn't want this, but
I'll take it. I came with the wings right there. Just I might have to use that. Real quick.
We're doing it for the team. It's just for the team, it's the sacrifice you have to make.
That's right.
I'm deep in it. I'm just thinking, long term, short term. I think you'd have again. Communicate.
Would you be personally want that, or would you? If
I'd be open to it. I'm not
because of that person.
Yeah. If the person said to me, "Oh, by the way, there's another girl that I like, and she kind of likes you and me as well. Can we give this a go?" I'd be there like, okay, let me just do my calculations.
My guy would be like Fred Flintstone. Yabba dabba do. Yabba dabba.
Yo, where do I sign?
You know what?
I feel like
Nah, go on, finish, please.
There's no. I don't think there's. But I'd say long term, if you have kids and stuff as well, that just gets a bit. I don't know. I don't think there's any studies or stuff, but it does get a bit messy. I'm thinking.
You hate my kids. You hate my kids.
It's just, you have 3 parents now, or 4 parents.
They're into each other, so it's almost as if there should be no competition. This is the sort of children you wanted together. Yeah, like the only reason it would be a conflict is if it's a linear relationship. Only one person is sharing the other person.
Yeah,
but this would be a problem though, because if someone's, let's say let's say one person's kids, is like maybe like misbehaving, all the other kids are like immaculate, and one person's kids is just misbehaving, then they'll be looking at that person like, hey, sort your kid out.
You know what? You know what? Actually, from the video we just watched, if we continued watching it, the kids were all involved in the family. So it's like they saw it as having 2 moms.
Oh, wow. That's
yeah. So they felt that, hey, this is better than having just one. You can go to one, you can go to the other, but the fact that they're all in. Yeah,
one extra present you can get.
It does make sense though. It does make sense because if you look at traditional gender roles and the leader, head of the family, the man usually takes up that role. If there's one guy, it makes sense. If there's 4 dudes in that household, I already know there's gonna be trouble with the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta discipline them. You got if dad says go to bed now, which dad said go to bed? Like what?
That's what I'm saying. If it's not your blood dad, you're gonna be like, oh, these guys are waste.
No, what's funny is the first kid, whoever the real dad is, obviously the biological dad, will feel more bond to that child than the others.
Yeah, obviously.
And then, okay, maybe each of them have one child.
Shut up.
Oh, gotta get that in there. Hold on.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
That's what will happen eventually. One of the kids is gonna be like, is going to be told by the other dad, go bed or do something. And he's just going to be like, my dad,